Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we get started, I like to pray to the east. I like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashir, Habashah, Ba'ashir, Mekapadash. And double honors to those great millstone, while unto is true. And also to those elect that are scattered abroad. I like to say, shalom. Come back here today with another great and powerful live camp through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Habashah. And the type of live camp today is the prophecies are speaking. So I'd like to say shalom to all our listeners and learners. Hope this helps you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, Ba'ashir, Yahweh. So we knowing now that we are very close to the implementation of this new digital infrastructure, which in fact is going to be dealing with your biometrics, you know what I'm saying, with this blockchain technology. You know, we're seeing that it's already here. The system is already in place. And also we're already constantly hearing rumors about 2026 that things are going to go totally digital. So we know that at some point they're going to do away with the US dollar. You know, it's going to be obsolete, just like the Bible said. And the Lord constantly been warning you about these things left and right. You know, we constantly been telling you about, you know, it's going to come a time whereby, you know what I'm saying, your money is going to be useless, it's going to be worthless. And also you will not be able to buy or sell if you're not being a participant in this new system that they're slowly put into place. You will not be able to buy or sell. Also, you will not be able to go into another city. It's going to restrict your traveling, it's going to restrict your movements. You know, a lot of different things are getting ready to happen, you know what I'm saying? And also all your rights are going to be taken away, what few you already had. But we're seeing now that we're very close to these things. You know, we read upon war. World War III is constantly brewing. A lot of things are happening there, you know. Venezuela, you know, they keep going back and forth saying, you know, they constantly giving the president, Maduro, constantly giving him warnings left and right, you know. So we're going to see how this turn out, but we already know that all hell is going to break loose. In the middle of the Lord, we constantly warning you about these things, because when they come upon us, you know, we already know that it's not going to be any more talking. It's going to be like a domino effect. The Lord is constantly accelerating time for the elect's sake. That's where we at right now. These things are constantly happening. We still having a lot of people are scoffing and mocking. We still got a lot of people are false prophets, breaking the scriptures down, telling lies and deceit. But guess what? The Lord is going to expose them, and they will be destroyed. That's what we constantly warning you about, left and right. You got to have a spirit of discernment. And how do you have that? You got to follow the true men of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh, you know, the prophets, you know what I'm saying, which in fact in the highways and byways, making these video pistols, and also, you know, constantly teaching the correct doctrine. You know what I'm saying? If it don't add up, you know what I'm saying, you know, you best for you to move on. It's a lot of different doctrines are out there telling you about there's no Jacob's trouble, telling you that it's no mark of the beast. No, mark of the beast is not a physical mark. A lot of different things that they're saying. But we're seeing right now that these things are right upon us. You know what I'm saying? The signs of the times are here. In the middle of the Lord out here, rain, sleet, or snow. We don't give a damn, because we know that the Lord is getting ready to return. We knowing that our salvation is very close at hand. We knowing that we're here. I got to check the feed, make sure I'm live. Make sure that I'm live. I don't know whether I'm live or not. I don't see no one on there. I got to make sure, because we know how Esau gets down. See, make sure I'm live. If I'm not live, I got to go back in. Just going to make sure before we start today's lesson. So we're seeing right now these prophecies are constantly lining up just like clockwork. These things are speaking to us. You know, the Lord is speaking through the prophecy, speaking through what the mouthpiece. Make sure I'm live. Yeah, I'm live. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm live. But just like I say, that we're here. These things are right upon us. They are right upon us. One moment, close this down out. But we're seeing right now that the prophecies are speaking loud and clear. We're seeing the end is being manifest left and right. A lot of things are constantly happening. We're seeing right now Bill Gates has unveiled that they're getting ready to start up this global digital ID. You know what I'm saying? And also it's going to be working hand in hand with the WHO and also the UN. You know what I'm saying? So we already know that this is going to be a global event, the hour of temptation. You know what I'm saying? And about a lot of people are getting ready to decide. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are going to trust in this technology. A lot of people are going to line up, you know what I'm saying, and take that digital oil. That's what we're constantly warning you about. We're telling you, do not take it. And a lot of people, you know, right now, they, you know, hey, they're going they're gonna they're gonna line up and take it. That's what we constantly warn you about. Do not take it. So let's go here first. Let's go here first, then we get an article, and we'll go from there. Let's go here to Ezekiel. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. Ezekiel chapter 3. One moment. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 3. Let's get some of these tabs closed up. Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 17. We go there, prayer, because that's just what we constantly been warning you about war. We constantly been warning you about pestilence. We constantly been warning you about with the MOTV, Jacob's trouble. World War III once again. You know what I'm saying? A time of trouble that we've never seen before. We go over these things left and right. We don't sound like a broken record, but these are the times that we're living in. Even the Lord said, first they hated me, they also shall hate you. Let's start here first. Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 17 says, Son of man, I have appointed you as a watchman for Israel. So whenever you receive a message from me, warn people immediately. So that's exactly what we're doing. We're constantly warning you left and right. These are not our words. These are the words of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Let's get a little bit more of this. It says here, verse 18, it says, and when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked for his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand. So one thing about it, the Lord has set up watching me, you know what I'm saying, being on the watchtower. When you see trouble coming, we got to what? Blow the trumpet, tell the people. If you're not doing that, you have blood on your hand. That's why the men of the Lord, we're out here, we're working out our own salvation with what? Fear and trembling. You know what I'm saying? Whether, whether you were here or whether you will forbear, we getting that blood off our hand. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you left and right. The Lord is getting ready to return. We constantly warn you. Let's get this once again from the top. Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 17 says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the words of my mouth, the prophets, and give them warning from me. That's exactly what we're doing. We constantly warn you everything that this man is doing. Shalom on the comment board. Shalom to I can't hardly see that, but I look at my what's called. Shalom to you. You know what I'm saying, on the comment board. But just like I say, we hear this at the door. You know what I'm saying? But let's start over again. Verse 17. We're gonna read all the way down to verse 22. It says here, Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 17, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman to the house of Israel. Therefore hear the words at my mouth and give them warning for me. That's exactly what we're doing left and right. A true prophet is going to stand on his watch. He's going to constantly warn you to see everything that's going on in the world and going to break it down through the scripture, very plainly where you can understand it. You know what I'm saying? Put it together for you. So that's exactly what we're doing. We're watching the signs of the time. We're watching the events that's going on in the world. That's why the Lord said, warn them for me. That's exactly what we're doing. Verse 18. So when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked for his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand. So, the Lord, you're not watching, you know what I'm saying? You're not paying attention, and you're supposed to be a watchman. The Lord is going to destroy you, and also the one that follow you are going to be destroyed. And one thing about it, we do not want that blood on our hand. That's why we constantly sounding alarm. That's why we're telling you about this new digital infrastructure that they are slowly putting into place. We're telling you about the 2030 agenda. We're telling you about Project 25. A lot of these different things that they're trying to roll out. His different policies, these different executive orders, also these draconian laws they're putting in place left and right before our eyes. So we constantly were sounding an alarm. You can't say that you didn't hear this, you didn't hear that. The truth is being declared. Verse 19 said, yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked ways, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. So one thing about it there, that's what we try to do, deliver our soul. Every man and woman have to work out their own salvation with fear and trembling. You know what I'm saying? Walk accordingly, the straight gate, these levels of adversity. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's either you will hear or either you will forbear. We cannot save anyone. You know what I'm saying? Only thing we can do is get you to the well, to the water. It's up to you to drink it. Up to the Lord, basically, if you're part of the election. So that's where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? So the election hesitated and the rest was blinded. So a lot of people right now going to hear these words It's going to go in one ear and out the other. Just like, what I'm saying, they're seeing what's going on in the world. Oh, I see what he's talking about. They're going to keep on going. And then when these time of trouble come, then you're going to try to seek the Lord early. Then it will be too late. The blood is going to, you're going to have to go, the Lord is going to require what you did in your body at that particular time. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to work out their own salvation. Verse 20, it said again, it said, when a righteous man do his turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, say, and lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die, because thou hast not given him warning. So he shall die in his sins, and his righteousness which he has done shall not be remembered, but his blood will I require at thy hand. So if we do not warn, the Lord is going to require the blood at our hand. We don't want that, because one thing about it, the Lord has set up shepherds to warn the sheep, the flock. And about a lot of people are scattering the flock. A lot of people are leading the flock to the slaughter. These hirelings, these thieves and wolves that came in unexpectedly. But the Lord is going to expose them and get them out of the way. And they're going to be totally destroyed. So that's where we at. Verse 21 said, nevertheless, so if thou warn the righteous man that the righteous sin not, and he doeth not sin, he shall surely live, because he is warned. Also thou hast delivered thy soul. So that's exactly what we try to do. Once we warn you and you take heed, and you start to walk in accordingly, you know what I'm saying, and doing the will of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, you have to save your soul. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, it won't be no blood on our hands. So that's what we're doing each and every day, trying to warn you about all these pending dangers. So now, let's go here. We're going to get a couple of these, let's go here to Isaiah, because this is where we're at right now. A lot of people, are not teaching the right doctrine. They're constantly, saying all sorts of damn hair, because it's no light in them. You know what I'm saying? They not, speaking according, they're doing their own will. We seeing that each and every day. We seeing that the apostle was talking about that group Genesis. There's a couple of another one out there constantly saying that the salvation is for everyone. You know what I'm saying? Saying that everyone can pretty much be saved, but hey, that's a total lie. Let's go here to let's see here, Isaiah chapter 8. Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 20. Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 20. Let's get this right quick. It says here, Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 20 said, to the law and to the testimony. Say, if they speak not according to this word, say, it is because there is no light in them. So one thing about it, that light is this wisdom, this knowledge, this gospel that shall sustain you in times of trouble. That's what we constantly warn you left and right. A lot of people, they contradict the word. They try to adding and subtracting. The Lord said, if you add on to this word, take away, you are going to be totally destroyed. Let's read this once again. It says here, Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 20 said, to the law and to the testimony. Say, if they, let's start over at the top again. Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 20 said, to the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, say, it is because there is no light in them. So that's exactly what it is. Let's get a little bit more on that. There's no light in them. There's no truth in them. A lot of lies in the seats, and a lot of people love to hear lies in the seat. Everything will be all right. Well, that's not going to happen today. That's far off. They don't know what they're talking about. There's no such thing as the mark of the beast. There's no such thing as Jacob's trouble. You believe all that, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. Let's go here to something I want to get out. Isaiah chapter 30. Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 8. Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 8. Let's start here. Because we know that, Israel is a rebellious house. It says here, it said, now go write it before them in a tablet. It said, Salak, let me start over again. Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 8 said, now go write it before them in a table. It said, and note it in a book, talking about the Holy Bible, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever. Verse 9 said that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord. Verse 10 said, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophet, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesied deceit. So that's what a lot of our people want to hear, especially these church people, in the church, how you don't want to do it. The Lord love everyone can be saved. You know what I'm saying? That prosperity, God's inspirational, different things like that. But we're not going to tell you that. We're going to give you the uncut version, whether you will hear or whether you will forbear. So a lot of people love to hear deceits. A lot of people love to hear lies. A lot of things that is more suitable for them. But one thing about, we're not giving a damn about your feelings. We're going to give it to you uncut, raw. You know what I'm saying? Lamentation, mourning, and woes. Exactly what we're going to give you. The Bible, you know what I'm saying? This Bible right here is off the chain. Verse 11 says, get you out of the way, turn aside out of the past, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Verse 12 said, wherefore thus said the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise the word and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay their own. So a lot of people, that's what they are. They stay there at their own. They clone the plantation gospel. You know what I'm saying? They're in these all sorts of different religions. You know what I'm saying? This chemist shit, this ethology shit, or Islamic shit. You know what I'm saying? They just everywhere but the right way. Getting tossed to and fro. So let's get this last little verse here. Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 13. It said, Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall. It says, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly, say at an instant. So that's what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just like Lord, He's going to destroy a lot of people. A lot of people are still into all this different false doctrines and different things like that, constantly getting rocked back to sleep from what the left hand side. So let's go here now to let's get another one. I'm gonna read you an article in a minute. We're gonna get a couple of videos. Let's go here to St. John chapter 5, verse 39. Something I want to get out of there. St. John's. One moment my phone kind of moving kind of slow today. I mean, my tablet kind of moving kind of slow today, but we're gonna still work with it through the Spirit and the power of Yahweh. St. John chapter 39, St. John's chapter 5 and verse 39. It says, search the scriptures, for in them ye think ye have eternal life, and they are they which testify of me. Let's read that once again. It says, verse 39, St. John chapter 5 and verse 39, search the scriptures, for in them ye think ye have eternal life. Said they are they which testify of me. And the one thing about it, we know that these scriptures are faithful and true. And one thing about it, as it is written, it shall come to pass. And a lot of people, are not following the right doctrine. They still are in there all sorts of, just screwed up, man. Let's see, something else I want to get out of here. Let's drop down to verse 46. St. John chapter 5 and verse 46. It said, for had ye believed, let's go up a little bit more. Let's see. Might get a little bit more of this. Let's see. Trying to see. Verse 44, it says here, St. John chapter 5 and verse 44, said, how can ye believe which receive honor, said one of another, and seek not the honor that cometh from the Almighty only. Verse 45 said, do not think that I will accuse you to the Father. Said, there is one that accuses you, even Moses, in whom ye trust. That verse 46 said, for had ye believed Moses, ye would have believed me, for he wrote of me. Verse 47 said, but if ye believe not his writing, how shall ye believe my words? So one thing about it that, a lot of people, they'll say, we're not worried about the Old Testament. We're not worried about Moses teaching or whatever like that. But one thing about it, they were written of Yahweh about Shema. How are you going to not believe the new, it work hand in hand. The old and the new, and also the apocrypha, all that works together. That's the total, that's the total Bible. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, the Lord said first they hated me, and also they should hate you. So let's go here to this is an article I want to get right quick. Let's go here and get this article if I can pull it up. If not, we'll show a video. Let's see here. Let's go here. It's an article I want to read to y'all right quick. It's about this digital ID. You know what I'm saying? Global digital ID by Bill Gates. You know, let's just get a little bit of it. I ain't gonna read too much of it because we know how YouTube get out and get this little AI overview. It say a global digital ID is secure digital representation of a person's identity, allowing seamless and verified access to service with many countries adopting national system like India and Estonia with the alternatives of the EU digital ID wallet for banking, government, and travel through challenge remain in balancing convenience and privacy with trends focusing on the user's control, self-sovereignty, and identity. So this right here, you know, it's going to be dealing with what your biometrics, you know, that's what it's coming down to, you know. That's why a lot of people have to go to certain places now. You got to show your face. You got to, some people have to do their, what you call it, biometric with their hand, palm reading and all this. So you see that all how this is coming into play. These things are just, I mean, left and right. Let's get a little bit more of this. So that's why I was saying a lot of people not believing what the true men are saying, and this stuff is right before our eyes. Man, a lot of things that happen. It says here, the current developments and examples. Said the EU digital ID wallet said a framework requiring member states to provide a European digital ID wallet by late 2026. Said the U.S. digital ID. So which in fact we know right here in the U.S. they done started what you call that Apple wallet. You know what I'm saying? So we're seeing now that the digital ID is here, right here, and also it started also in Salt Lake City, Utah. So we're seeing that these things are already in place. You know what I'm saying? The mental law, we constantly warning, but right now it's obviously clear that it's here. You know what the mental law was telling you left and right. You know what I'm saying? We're telling you about these things. They're right here. They're here right before our eyes. Let's read that once again. It said the U.S. digital ID said the Apple Wallet allows adding U.S. passport information to secure digital ID presentation through not though not for international travel yet, but it's going to be international. It's going to be globally. You know what I'm saying? Our temptation. You know what I'm saying? A man shall desire to go into the city and shall not be able because you will not have the right credential. You know what I'm saying? Which in fact we know this is going to go under your skin. So basically it's going to be dealing with AI, biometrics, robotics, transhumanism. That's what they're getting ready to do, to make you an internet of bodies. So a lot of these things are coming up, and a lot of our people are still not believing. And the signs of the times are right before our eyes. Let's get to the right here, Habakkuk. Then we'll show a video. Let's go here to Habakkuk chapter 2. Let's go here. Habakkuk chapter 2. One moment. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3. It said, for the vision is yet for appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So that's exactly where we're at. We're seeing that these prophecies are speaking right now. They're not tarrying anymore. They're not delaying anymore. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing right now one prophecy behind another. You know, the Lord already said all things will be fulfilled, not one jot or tittle. All things are going to be fulfilled. That's said measure. You know, we're getting very close to that. And the Lord is going to let all hell break loose very soon. And also his great and glorious return is at the door. Let's read this in the NLT. It said this vision is for a future time, which in fact is now. It said it describes the end and will be fulfilled. It said if it seems slow in coming, wait patiently. It said for it will surely take place. It will not delay. So that's exactly what's happening. You know, these things are happening right on schedule, right on time. You know what I'm saying? And when you see that train be here right on time when I be out here. So we seeing right now that it is speaking loud and clear right now. The vision, the prophecies, the signs of the time. The mental law, we constantly warning you about these things. That digital ID now, Bill Gates is working in collaboration with the WHO, you know, the World Health Organization. You know what I'm saying? Fair use, because, you know, they will pull the video down. And saying that, you know, they're getting ready to start up a global digital ID. Everyone is going to have to have that digital passport. Also, dealing with your biometrics. Also, we know that eventually it's going to go under your skin to make you the internet body. When you get around to it, look up 6G. 6G basically is what they're talking about. You're going to be 6G, the walking device, the making you an internet body, connecting you to the internet. You know what I'm saying? Also, it has already begun with that, that hokey pokey. You know what I'm saying? That digital download. So a lot of people don't understand that they are walking receivers as we speak. So we're not ignorant of Satan's device. So let's get this quick. I got a video I want to show right quick. If I can get it to show and tell you about this digital ID, I can, you know what I'm saying, this global digital ID. Then we're going to go into Revelation chapter 13. See, can I get it to play?
Y'all, things just keep getting better. The World Health Organization and Gates unveils blueprint for global digital ID, AI-driven surveillance, and lifelong vaccine tracking for everyone. In a document published in the October Bulletin of the World Health Organization and funded by Gates Foundation, the World Health Organization is proposing a globally interoperable digital identity infrastructure that permanently tracks every individual's vaccination status from birth. It establishes the architecture for government overreach, cross-domain profiling, AI-driven behavioral targeting, conditional access to services, and a globally interoperable surveillance grid tracking individuals. It also creates unprecedented risk and data security, accountability, and mission creep, enabling a digital control system that reaches into every sector of life. The proposed system integrates personally identifiable information with socioeconomic data such as household income, ethnicity, and religion, deploys artificial intelligence for identifying and targeting the unreached, for combating misinformation, and enables governments to use vaccination records as prerequisites for education, travel, and other services. And guess what it's called? Digital Transformation and the Immunization Agenda 2030. Oh, y'all thought Agenda 2030 was gone? No, it's just getting started. The authors define the program as nothing less than a restructuring of how governments govern. It aims to ensure that everyone, everywhere, at every age, fully benefits from vaccines. The document describes a system in which a newborn is automatically added to a national digital vaccine tracking registry the moment their birth is recorded.
That's enough. We're going to get at that, but we're seeing right there what they're talking about. Really they want to fair use. Only for educational purpose. So we're seeing right there that, that we're here right now. It's at the door. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 12. Let's go there. Let's get a little of this right here, because, we seeing that, hey, these signs of the times are here right before our eyes. Ezekiel chapter 12. Ezekiel chapter 12. And we'll start up at verse 22. Let's go here. Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 22. And it reads, says, Son of man, said, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel? Says, saying the days are prolonged, and saying every vision faileth. Saying, so a lot of people, think saying that time is past and all, think that, they said this, they said that, we still are here, things are going on like normal. But guess what? It's gonna happen, when you least suspect it. When you're relaxing in your lead, when you're thinking that you're a good case. A lot of people right now going on with their daily lives, they're thinking about these wicked holidays, thinking about going on trips, getting married, all sorts of things, just like up the days of Noah. So there's no new thing under the sun. Verse 23 said, tell them, therefore, thus said the Lord power, I will make this proverb cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel. But say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effects of every vision. So one thing about it, the days are at hand, for the Lord is going to bring forth all these different prophecies. We're seeing that it was like long coming at first. It was just like, oh, it's like it's not going to never come. But the Lord already said that, once it started, it's going to be just like a domino effect. So these right now, these effects and these visions right now showing up, these prophecies, they constantly just one behind another, one thing behind another. While I'm doing this lesson, it's something that's happening, around the world as we speak. Verse 24, that's what time that we're living in. It said, verse 24, it said, for there shall be no more any vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. So one thing about it, the Lord's going to make it perfectly clear. Also, we knowing and we constantly measuring the time diligently, because we seeing the measuring stick, which in fact is we use the scriptures as the measuring stick to know what time that we're in. So we know that we're here. Verse 25 says, "For I am the Lord, I will speak the word that I shall speak, shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the words and will perform it, says the Lord power." Let's read this once again. Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 25. It said, "For I am the Lord, I will speak the word that I shall speak, shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, says the Lord power, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua." So the Lord is getting ready to perform it. The Lord is getting ready to make it perfectly clear what time that we're living in. The Lord is getting ready to bring forth judgment like we have never seen before. Verse 26, "And again the word of the Lord came to me, saying," verse 27, "Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the visions or the prophecy or the signs of the time that he sees is more for many days to come. And he prophesies of the time that are far off." So that's what a lot of our people are thinking, that this is far off, that this is not going to happen in their lifetime. A lot of people say that, that really is not in the know. They'll say, "Oh, this is not going to happen in my lifetime. This is going to be 40, 50 years out." But what they about it, we know that this place is getting ready to be totally destroyed. We're so very close to all hell breaking loose. Let's read that once again. So this is the mindset of our people, that, "Oh, it's not going to happen right now. Everything is good." Because a lot of people right now, they still have their job. They still have their family intact. Still have eating and being married. A lot of things right now, a lot of people are happy here, but you're getting ready to die here. This place is getting ready to be totally destroyed with IBCM missiles. This place is getting ready to become a lake of fire. These are not my words. These are the words of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 27 said, "Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he sees is for many days to come. And he prophesies of the time that are far off." See, a lot of people think that this is very far off. 2026, we finna see. Because we already know that right now, they already have this infrastructure in place, this digital infrastructure. It's going to be digital, programmable, also implantable. That's what we constantly warn you about, under your skin. Verse 28, it said, "Therefore say unto them, thus said the Lord power, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore, but the words which I speak, the words which I have spoken shall be done, and says the Lord power." So one thing about it, it's not going to be in no more land anymore. So these prophecies are right now manifest. They're being revealed. We seeing it happening with our own eyes. Let's read this in the NLT. It said, "Therefore tell them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Said, no more delays. So I will now do everything I have threatened. So I, the sovereign Lord, have spoken." So the Lord is getting ready to do exactly what he says he's going to do. It's not going to be any more delaying. These prophecies are going to be coming one behind another. It's going to be what? The birth pain. You know what I'm saying? We're already seeing what rumors of war. We're seeing what earthquakes in diverse places. We're seeing what volcanic activity throughout the world. Also, we're seeing right now the prophets are standing on their watch. We'll stand on fire for Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. Also, the Lord, exposing and shifting the house of Israel. A lot of unbelievers, you know what I'm saying? A lot of false prophets there will constantly being exposed. And one thing about it, the only one that's going to make it out of here alive is the elect, the true believers of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. So the Lord said, hey, it's not going to be any more delaying. It's not going to be tyranny anymore. The Lord is getting ready to perform it like you have never seen before. Amen. The Lord finna bring forth that judgment. Let's go here. Let's go here to Zephaniah. Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 5. Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 5. Let's get this, because the Lord is bringing forth judgment each and every day. It says here, the just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning said, do as he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. So one thing about it, we seeing right now, the Lord's constantly bringing forth judgment each and every day, left and right. First, my judgment will start at the house of Israel. The Lord said, you know what I'm saying, and vengeance is mine, said the Lord, he will repay. So that's what we read upon. You know, we're seeing that judgment is constantly picking up. The Lord is constantly exposing a lot of different things. And also we're seeing that these prophecies are constantly picking up left and right. So let's read this once again. It says here, the just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning do as he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. And who is the unjust? Talking about these 2/3 and also these heathen nations. You know, they know it's no shame. And out about, you know, how long you simple one should love simplicity. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, you know, and we know that fool hate knowledge. When you go to Proverbs chapter 1 around verse 22, it'll tell you that. But one thing about it, we're seeing that right now, the signs of the times are here. There's no more vain divination. There's no more delaying. The Lord is calling these things to happen right upon the earth, man. We're seeing the signs of the times are here, man. Now I'm telling you, man, the Lord is doing a mighty work. Let's go here to the main, something else I want to get at. Let's drop down to verse 8. Let's get this one through. Because that's what the Lord is doing, is gathering the nation for the conversion of Zion. Let's see here. It says, Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 8. It said, therefore wait ye upon me, said the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nation, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured in the fire of my jealousy. So the fire of the Lord's jealousy is those IBCM missiles, also that blazing chariot fire. So we seeing right now the Lord is constantly gathering the nation for what the conversion of Zion. So we seeing that Russia and NATO is going back and forth. You know, he's saying that NATO is getting ready to go into Russia, but you know, it's just right now we constantly seeing that playing out. We knowing at some point that NATO is going to be in collaboration with Russia and China. And when you go to Revelation chapter 17, they shall burn the whore. So a lot of these things are coming into place. Ezekiel chapter 38 war is coming into play. We're seeing that Israel and Iran tensions is rising over there left and right. You know, so we keeping our eye on Israel, the least of the flock. You know, so a lot of these things are constantly happening. The Lord is putting a chess piece in the place. So we're seeing that the heathens are raging, and also we know what's going on in Venezuela. You know, between President Maduro and also DJ Donald Trump, constantly saying he giving warning behind warnings. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see how this play out, but we already knowing that at some point, we knowing that Russia and China and these other nations, they're going to get involved. Just Ezekiel chapter 38, but we knowing that we're gonna constantly be watching. We're gonna constantly be circumspect. We're gonna constantly redeem the time wisely. But the Lord is constantly gathering the nation. The Lord is constantly putting these things together. So you know, the Lord controlled the minds of these, the mindset of these leaders across the world. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, you know, so they just like chess pieces to the Lord. Let's get that right quick. You know what I'm saying? To go along with what I just said. You know, so the Lord is, you know, his determination is to gather the nation. That's exactly what he's doing. It says here, Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 1, it said, the king's heart, or his mind, when you go into that word heart, it goes into Allah, his mind, it said, is in the hand of the Lord. So as the rivers of waters, he turneth it wheresoever he will. So the Lord is turning wheresoever he will. You know, they're doing his will. You know, the Lord is directing, you know what I'm saying, causing these different events and different things to come upon the earth left and right. The Lord is visiting the earth that he created. So we know right now that, you know, the war drums are beating. Also now put out a video I think a couple of days ago about this extreme deep freeze that is coming upon America and different parts of the world. That, you know, it's going to be they say it's going to be a freeze like it have never been before. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be cold temperature, a lot of snow, a lot of heavy, high winds. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things are coming, strong winds. You know, so these things are right here before our face. And they were telling you to get prepared. So the Lord is visiting the earth that he created. Let's go to this one here. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 29. Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 6. Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 6. So we're seeing that the Lord is visiting the earth. So right here, I'm in the south right now. You know, it's right now, it's pretty cold today. They say it's going to be more colder as the days go on. You know what I'm saying? More freezing temperatures. You know what I'm saying? In a certain other state, they're saying that, you know, it's going to get so cold that, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people, they telling people to stock up, telling people to get generators and different things like that, because they're saying that the power grid may go out, the internet may go out. So, you know, we already know that we're coming upon, this could be what you call the possible dark winter. So let's get this right quick. We're seeing right now the Lord is visiting the earth that he created. It says here, it says Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 6, that thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts, so with thunder and with earthquakes and great noise, so with storms and tempests and flame of devouring fire. So right here, it's telling you right here, the Lord is visiting the earth. How is the Lord visiting the earth? Through what? The eyes of the Most High, which in fact are the angels that ride around in what they even call UFO or UAPs. You know what I'm saying? Which in fact are the chariots of the Most High. They constantly doing the Lord bidding, whether it's good or bad, constantly beholding the good and the evil. You know, they got everything on surveillance. You know, so that's why we always say that Esau Edom want to be like the Most High. But one thing about it, he's in for a rude awakening. So that's exactly what we constantly seeing. Left and right, this man is setting up this technology. You know what I'm saying? This what you call this pseudo salvation. But one thing about it, he would not be able to perform his enterprise. So now we're seeing that the Lord is constantly visiting the earth that he created. We're seeing right now these strange weather is upon us. We're seeing volcanoes that's erupting. That one in what is that? In Ethiopia is saying that it has woken up after 12,000 years. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even think the earth been going on that long. It might have though. I got to do some research on that. But anyway, we're seeing right now that a lot of things is changing all around the world. We're seeing that the vibration is changing, the weather is changing. You know what I'm saying? We don't even know the times in the seasons are different. It might be cold today, it might be summertime tomorrow. So we know that we're in that season. We know right now that the Lord is getting ready to bring it forth, you know, left and right. So we're seeing that strange weather, the extreme heat, extreme cold, earthquakes pretty much every day. California, Japan, and what is that, ring of fire, and also all these volcanoes are waking up all across the world. We're seeing tension is rising against nation rising against nation. We're seeing all sorts of things. Prophecies are speaking. It's just like the Bible saying when you go to Matthew chapter 24, we get that in a minute too also. So we're seeing right now that the Lord is visiting the earth that he created. Also what? Increased UFO sightings across the world, left and right, all across these different states, all across the world, left and right. Someone has seen some type of object. You know what I'm saying? They call it, well, it's these aliens. Also, they keep talking about what? 3-eye atlas. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Lord said, hey, you know, hey, your salvation is very close at hand. So let's read this once again. It says here, Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 6, that thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts, so with thunder, with earthquakes, and great noise, with storms and tempests and flames of devouring fire. So that great noise goes into these what? IBCM missiles. So at some point we know that it's going to be a thermonuclear exchange. So right now, you know, it's going to happen all of a sudden, you know, on a normal day when you're not watching, when you're not considering the signs of the time. These things are right before our eyes. That's what we're constantly warning you. We're in the birth pain. Man, the Lord comes, you know, warning you about these things left and right. And the plagues are what? They're not slacking down for a moment. So let's go here to a second Esdras. Let's go to second Esdras and see how I'm running on time. We're going to try to we'll go a little while longer. We'll shut it down. Let's go here to second Esdras. Second Esdras chapter, you know, then we'll probably get that, we'll probably go into the Revelation chapter 13 too. Let's go here. Second Esdras chapter 16. There's a lot of good meat in this chapter too. I love this chapter. See here at verse, start up at verse 17, because these are times that we're very close to these times. Second Esdras chapter 16 and verse 17. It said, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? And out about woe goes into destruction. Who will deliver you in those days? Which in fact, we're coming into these days. We're coming into a time of trouble that we have never seen before. Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation. You know, this thing are going to be globally. So it's going to be trouble all over the world. No one is going to escape the hands of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. Verse 18, the beginning of sorrows, the beginning of great mournings, the beginning of famines, and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? So we are at the beginning of sorrows, these birth pains, great death, great destruction, you know, mourning, sorrows on every side. What shall you do when these evils shall come? We're going to trust and believe in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Verse 19 said, behold, famine and plagues, tribulation, and anguish are sent as scourging for a minute. So we're seeing right now a lot of plagues upon us. We're seeing a lot of scourges, a lot of things are happening in the world left and right. They are sent for scourging for a minute. Examine yourself, get your house in order. A lot of things are getting ready to come upon us, left and right, and seek the Lord. Verse 20 said, but all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourge. So a lot of people right now, they seeing all these things coming upon them, but they still not mindful. They're not considering the signs of the time. They're going to get caught up. Verse 21 says, behold, victuals shall be good and cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow. So upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Out of the body, we're seeing a lot of people think they're a good case because they're eating good, still have their job, still have your home, your resources, everything right now is happy-go-lucky, but it's going to be just like, all of a sudden, all hell is going to break loose. We seeing right now these evils are constantly growing, which in fact it said, upon the earth, the soil, which in fact that soil goes in into destruction, also it goes into judgment. It said famine, a great famine in the land, which in fact a great economic collapse, a great food shortage, rolling blackout, cyber attacks, a lot of things are coming upon us left and right. So it's going to be a great time of trouble and great confusion. So a lot of people right now, it's going to be what you call like a lawless time. When you go to Isaiah chapter 19, it says, the Lord said he would set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. American against American. So a lot of things are coming upon us at a fast pace. That's what we constantly warn you about. It's going to be great confusion, great sedition among men, great insurrection, a great time of trouble. Verse 22 said, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish, said, of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So one thing about it, you escape one thing, and go into another one, the Lord is going to get you one way or the other. We're going to put it like that. So, we coming upon these times, so we're coming upon a great economic collapse. We're coming upon World War III. We're coming upon Jacob's trouble. Who will be most in trouble is the Negroes, the Latinos, the Native Indians. I'm talking to you. We're here. It is at the door, whether you were here or whether you will forbear. And also, we know right now that if war break out in our own backyard, you already know that things are going to pick up. A lot of things is going to increase. I already saying about these sleeper cells they're getting ready to activate if they go into Venezuela, which in fact they're already here. They already had a plan in place. And also we know about these ICE patrol all across America. And also, I think they still in Louisiana, New Orleans, and Baton Rouge, different places like that, coming to a city near you very soon. We know that we're here. Civil war, civil unrest. Verse 22, it says, in verse 23, it says, now let's get verse 22 once again. It says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the others that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So that's where we at right now. So a lot of people, thinking they're going to be good. Oh, I think I'm all right. And next thing you know, all hell will break loose on your ass left and right. These things are coming upon us at a fast pace. Now, woe to them that desire the day of the Lord. A lot of people are desiring the day of the Lord, especially these church people, thinking there's going to be a day, the Lord's going to come back and shake everybody's hand, but it's not going to work like that. The Lord's going to return in the midst of World War III. Let's drop down here to let's get verse 37. We're seeing these plagues are not slacking down for a moment. Even this weather, this extreme cold weather, that's a plague from the Lord also. You know what I'm saying? Some people are homeless. You know what I'm saying? Some people going to freeze to death. 2 Amos chapter 16 and verse 37 said, behold, the plagues draw nigh, are near, and are not slack. So right now we're seeing things are not slacking down. We're seeing it just like the birth pain. Constantly, happening left and right. They're going to constantly increase. Verse 38 said, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, and 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. Said, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. So that's right we at right now. It's not slacking down as a moment. As I'm speaking, something is already going down. We're going to have to report on that one day, but we can't hardly keep on at all these things. These things are happening, but through the Spirit and the power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, we will be able to balance it out. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, we seeing that these things are fastly approaching, left and right. A blink of an eye, something else gonna happen. Verse 39 says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. So, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. So that's exactly what we see. We shall see that the world shall mourn, and what sorrow is coming upon it on every side. We're seeing that each and every day. Gradually, they're constantly bringing in this new system, NWO, total control, to make you a petrol slave. You know what I'm saying? And we're seeing right now, things are getting more and more worse and worse. There's nothing going back the same. Verse 40, and that's right here, the Lord is going to help his elect, you know what I'm saying, that time of trouble. It says here, so, O my people, hear my words, make you ready to thy battles, in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So that's where you got to be. We got to trust and believe in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Let him direct our step. So Lord is going to bring forth that supernatural intervention. The Lord is going to intervene on our behalf, because what? We trust in him. We believe in the Lord. We fear the Lord. And also we constantly magnifying the Lord name each and every day. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. You know, we are very close. We see. So here, let's drop down. Let's read a little bit more, because there's some good meat in here. It says here, because, you know, when we come upon this time, a lot of things is going to happen. It says here, verse 41, say, he that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. So in that time of trouble, you don't care what you have, you know, merchandise that you have, you know, be just like you don't even have it, because, you know, you might not even be there to collect it. You might have to leave there with what you have, you know, you might just have to leave with your clothes on your back and just get out of there. You know, because that's the time of trouble that we're coming into right now. Verse 42 says, he that occupied merchandise as he that had no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. Verse 43 says, he that soweth, said, as if he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard, as he that shall not gather the grapes. Verse 44, they that marry, as they that shall not get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers. So one thing about it, you know, so we could be just like you don't even have a wife in that time of trouble. You got to be locked in and focused, you know what I'm saying? Because we seeing when this time of trouble come, you don't know where you're going to be at. You know, so I got a stash, I'm good. No, the Lord is going to provide for us. You know, we got to let go of everything, you know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, we had to lose everything to gain everything. You pretty much ain't lost a damn thing. All you must do is trust and believe in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. The Lord is he's going to provide for us. The Lord is going to sustain us in those times of trouble. Verse 45 says, and therefore they that labor in vain. You know, so a lot of people right now working, you know, I've been seeing a lot of videos that what is I'm working for? Because they constantly seeing how the government and seeing how they're going back and forth, can't come to no decision, bringing out all these stupid ass executive orders and shit, you know, constantly put us in a tighter grip. And a lot of people are tired of working. A lot of people are tired of being sick and tired. That's the time that we're living in. Tension is rising, you know, so we see right upon the things of what escalate out of control, order out of chaos. Verse 46 says, for strangers shall reap their fruits and spoil their goods, shall overthrow their houses and take their children captives, for in captivity and famine shall they get. So one thing about it, you know, that's what we're coming upon. You know, so a lot of people, you know, are going to lose their entire family. A lot of people are going to go into these facilities, into these FEMA camps, and some people are going to that guillotine, you know what I'm saying, going to be put to death. So let's go here to Revelation chapter 13. We get this, because this is where we're at right now. You'll see here, okay? But man, I'm telling you, man, hey, these prophecies are speaking right now. They're speaking loud and clear. You know, and one thing about it, that a lot of people gonna be in a rude awakening, because, you know, we're laughing right now because we seeing that the Lord is pretty much, he's showing, he's making it plain now that he's putting it right in front of people's face that want unbelievers. You know, or it's not gonna be no chip. You know, they don't know what they're talking about. You know, it's not a physical more, or you know, it's spiritual. All kind of back and forth bullshit. Let's go here. Revelation chapter 13. Let's go straight to the point, and we'll start at verse 16. And one thing about it, that's all we gotta do is stay prayed up. You know, constantly believe. You know, stay humble. You know what I'm saying? Keep the faith. Keep pushing. The Lord is going to do the rest, because we are so very close. We're so very excited, because the Lord is calling these things to happen. We're seeing that the Lord is doing a mighty work, man. And we ain't giving a damn about the rest of the people. And also, we always got to be around people with the same mindset. We can't be around people that are not that don't believe in what we believe in. Because they the Lord has a lot of what you call rebels, a lot of what enemy of the state. You know what I'm saying? Also, you know what I'm saying? We can't be unequally yoked. And one thing about it, they don't believe in what you believe in. What the hell we got to talk about for? You know what I'm saying? It can't. If you hey man, I'm telling you, we here. Let's get this here. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16 says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark to charagma in their right hand or in their forehead. So we are very close to them, the implementation of this, where you will be not able to buy your favorite foods, your medication, your water, and other things that you need to sustain you. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, if you do not take this digital oil, this Neuralink, they already have these things already in place. The RFD microchip. They have this, what they call this brain computer interface chip, the Neuralink. All these things are already ready. A lot of people have taken it. When you look at Sweden, the UK, you know what I'm saying, Australia, different parts of the world, and also right here in our own backyard. I think it was a company in Wisconsin, in the state of Wisconsin, they was chipping their people, and so it is here. This technology is already be here. All they got to do is make it mandatory. So we know that we getting closer and closer to it. It started with the digital ID. It's going to deal with your biometric, and also it's going to go under your skin, subdermal. That's what we're constantly telling you about, left and right. We are here, so you will not be able to buy or sell. He causes both all, small, great, rich, and poor. So that's what it's saying. It's going to be globally. So it's starting with this global digital ID. And it's going to lead straight to that grain of rice. And also your money is going to be working hand in hand with that grain of rice. Verse 17, it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So it being a part of this system. You know what I'm saying? It's what this blockchain technology, this 5G blockchain system, whereby, you know what I'm saying, everything, they're going to have your records on this new digital infrastructure. I'm trying to say something else I want to say, but anyway, it's going to be on there. Everything, your medical history, your driver's license, your passport, you know what I'm saying, your banking information, your medical, everything about you is going to be on that ledger. You know what I'm saying? This blockchain system. That's what we constantly warn you about. You know what I'm saying? You will not be able to buy or sell. You're not being integrated into this system. Verse 18 says, here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man, and his number is 600, 66. So one thing about it, that's what we're coming into. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be dealing with what? Barcodes, QR codes, tracking and scanning, surveillance. You know what I'm saying? When you look at that word smart, it goes into surveillance, monitoring, reporting, analysis, technology. That's what it goes into. So we're seeing right now, we're coming upon that time. Big Brother is watching. And also we know about Palantir. So they got all the different major players already in place. And also they constantly setting up these data centers across different parts of America. They got one they setting up in Texas, a data center there, and they have one in Memphis, Tennessee. So we seeing right now, it's all they setting this up right before our eyes. You know what I'm saying? They saying they want to have all this in place before 2030. But one thing about it, the Lord said their hands will not be able to perform their enterprise. So we're very close to these things that they're trying to put into place. You know what I'm saying? The devil's getting ready to try to fill his belly. Let's get this here in Psalms. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord's going to disappoint him. He's going to cast him down. Let's see here. Let's go here to Psalm chapter 20. Is it 21? Let me see. Can I find it right quick? Psalm chapter 21. If I can't find it, we get another one. I think it's 21 and something. 21 and 11. Yeah, this is it right here. I'm going to read in the KJV further. I'm going to read in the NLT. It says here, for they attended evil against thee. They imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform. So right here it's saying that, they are constantly putting this mischievous device into place, and the device goes into their mindset, their agenda, you know what I'm saying, their plan, but they're constantly rolling out this total control. We're seeing it happening right before our eyes, so we're seeing that they're going to get it set up to some point, but the Lord is going to intervene on our behalf and cut this man off. We cannot wait. So let's read this in the Psalm chapter 21 and verse 11. It says, although they plot against you, their evil schemes will never succeed. So that's exactly what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, we here, man. That's right. Come on. Yeah, and see, we seeing right now the Lord's got, man, I'm telling you, this is powerful right here. I'm going to read this once again. So no matter what they're trying to do, you know, even though we see they putting this digital infrastructure in place, telling everyone they got to have a mandatory digital ID, we not giving a damn about none of that because they will not succeed. They're getting ready to be taken out the way. Slavery is coming back in a big way. And all these nations, you know, a lot of people going around and talking about they can receive salvation, but guess what? You know what I'm saying? All of them are going into slavery, whether they believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? How do they be here when the Lord returns? Because we're going to need some slaves. Or then if they got totally destroyed, they're going to come back as slaves when they be reborn. So, you know, it's very plain. You know, and they're trying to get out of their judgment. We couldn't get out of it. They cannot get out of it. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, you know what I'm saying? The Lord is getting ready to pass the cup on to them. Let's read this once again. Psalm chapter 21 and verse 11 said, for they attended evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device which they are not able to perform. So they're not going to be able to perform. They'll get it off the ground. You know that the devil is getting ready to fill his belly, but guess what? At some point, the Lord is going to throw a monkey wrench in his program and take him out of the way. He's getting ready, you know, go down with a blaze of glory. Let's read it once again in the NLT. Say, although they plot against you, their evil schemes will never succeed. So it ain't gonna never succeed. We there, man. We at the door. That's right. Shalom. Shalom to you. Shalom to you, brother. Shalom, Brakatha. So these things are right here at the door. You know, we constantly want you left and right. This man, only thing he's getting ready to receive is death. That's what he getting ready to receive very soon. You know what I'm saying? Lord's getting ready to take his ass out of the way. I said, okay, he got a few of them up there. Okay, then. You got Isaiah chapter 59 and 19. We'll get there. That's right. You know what I'm saying? The Lord, you know, when the enemy coming like a flood, the Lord's going to lift up that standard. So we're seeing that we're very close to these times. These things are right upon us. Let's go here to, well, also when you knowing about the war drums are beating, let's get this one here in Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14, because we're seeing right now World War III is right in our eyes, man. It's right before our eyes. It says here, the second woe is past. Behold, the third woe come quickly, and the woe goes into destruction. So that's where we at right now. Shalom. Shalom, everyone on the comment board. Shalom. That's right. Man, we're here. These things are right before our eyes. So we're seeing what's going on in Venezuela right now. Keep going back and forth, talking about, you know, we warning you. You know, they constantly setting up all this military presence down here in the Caribbean. Also, we know that Russia and China are there too. They're not speaking on that. So, you know, why hasn't America went into Venezuela? They already have everything set up. They already have that big aircraft carrier. What is that? Something Ford, something Gerald Ford, something. They already got that down there. So they got everything in place, but they still has not went into Venezuela. Why have not they went into Venezuela? Because they already knowing that, hey, we know that things gonna get popping if they go in there. We already know what this is all about. They keep telling us that this is about, you know, the fight, the war on drugs. You know, they're bringing different dangerous drugs into America. They're killing people. You know what I'm saying? All sorts of shit like they did, Saddam Hussein. Also they did Gaddafi the same way. You know what I'm saying? They like to go into other people's country, overthrow their government, and set up their puppet leaders, you know, so they can do the bidding of theirs and set up their policies, you know what I'm saying, their laws and different things that they want. Also drain them of their resources. So, you know what I'm saying, we're not ignorant of Satan's device. Let's get that right quick, because this is what the red devil is always somewhere where he don't belong. Let's go here to Habakkuk chapter 2. Habakkuk chapter 2, let's get this one right quick. Habakkuk chapter 2, and when we get them, we probably get the ones off the comment board. Habakkuk chapter 2, and start up in here at verse 5, because you're seeing Right now, this man is everywhere he don't belong. He over there in Yemen. He's over there in the Middle East. Just over there in Ukraine. Everybody business, but it on the hammer of the whole earth. But guess what? These nations not afraid anymore. We seeing right now these heathens are raging right now. You know what I'm saying? We seeing right now that things are getting ready to pop off very soon. Could be before the end of the year. We know that 2026. We know that they get ready to bring it because the Lord is putting what? The Spirit on them to bring it forth. So the Lord is getting ready to end this nightmare. We cannot wait. This is not your rest. But start here because this man down here in Venezuela and somebody else's business all the time. Here we go. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5 say, yea, also because he transgresses by wine his philosophy, his doctrine. I mean, for his philosophy, his policy. It said he is a proud man, the so-called white man, never keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death. Everywhere this man go, death and hell follow him. He's the what? Harbinger of death. He said, and cannot be satisfied, but gathered unto him all nations, heapers unto him, so to him all people. You know what? A new world order. That's what he's trying to start now. You know what I'm saying? Left and right. Everywhere he go, you know what I'm saying? Blood follow him. Since thou hast not hated blood, blood shall pursue thee. Verse 6 says, shall not all these take up? And also we know right now this man is not to keep at home. We seeing that he has these military bases throughout the world. We are the only country that got military bases all across the world. You know what I'm saying? And everybody business trying to control everything because what? The earth was given into the hands of the wicked, trying to be the what? The nation's police. You'll find the so-called white man there first. We're here to feed you. We're here to help you, but all the time they are there to what? To undermine thee. That's why the Lord said in Sirach chapter 12 verse 10 said, never trust thy enemy. As iron rusteth, so is his what? Wickedness. Verse 6, once again, Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 6 said, shall not all these take up a proverb against him and a taunting proverb against him? And say, woe to him that increases that which is not his, how long? And to him that laden himself with thick clay. So one thing about it, we already know that America is what? In tremendous debt. And also he's always going somewhere, going something, in some one country, things that don't belong to him. He is the what? The thief. He's the harbinger of death. And out about it, you know, he cannot be satisfied. But the Lord's getting ready to take this man out of the way. Verse 7 says, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. So they're getting ready to be a small very soon. America's getting ready to be totally invaded. A lot of people don't believe that, but America getting ready to be totally invaded, and it's going to be totally destroyed with these IBCM missiles. When you go to Jeremiah chapter 51, you go to Isaiah chapter 34, Revelation chapter 18, 17. It's a lot of them. Start back up again. Let's read this once again. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 8. It said, because thou hast spoiled many nations, so all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee because of men's blood and for the violence of the land, said, and of the city and of all that dwell therein. So this man is getting ready to pay. You know what I'm saying? Thou hast not hated blood, blood shall pursue thee. So that's where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what was done shall be done to your ass also. You know, the cup is getting ready to be passed through to Esau Edom. The Lord's getting ready to pay this wicked red devil. You know, he's thinking he had gotten away. You know what I'm saying? Let's go just get this right quick. Let's get them right here in Ecclesiastes, you know, because you know a judgment hadn't started for you. You think you done got away with it. Let's get that right quick. And we're gonna get one more. We'll probably close out. See what we had on time. Let's see. I might go to the comment board too. See what we got on the comment board. Ecclesiastes 8. Ecclesiastes 8, I think is around 14. That's it right here. So this man gonna keep doing wickedly because right here, let's read this. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the hearts of the Son of Men is fully set in them doing to do evil. I kind of butchered that. Let's read this once again. It said, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the hearts of the Son of Men is fully set in them to do evil. So right there, you know, they thinking that, you know, they have gotten away with something. They thinking the Lord has not seen their crime, but the Lord is looking down from heaven. And one thing about it, the Lord is causing these things to happen. He's seeing right now, he's constantly making this man more exposing him left and right. Shameful spirit is upon his glory. The Lord is getting ready to judge him. So the Lord is constantly setting this man up for his downfall. So let's read it in NLT. He said, when a crime is not punished quickly, people feel it is safe to do wrong. So exactly, they've been getting away with it for what? For hundreds of years, but guess what? His day is coming. You know what I'm saying? He got bounds that he cannot pass. It says here, verse 12, though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, say, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Lord, which fear before him. Verse 13 said, but it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, said, which are as a shadow, because he fears not before Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. So we seeing right there that, Lord, it's a day where the Lord is going to cut this man out. It's a day when the Lord is going to bring forth that judgment. And one thing about what was done to us is going to get ready to be done to them. Let's go here to Lamentation chapter 4, and we'll start at verse 21. Lamentation chapter 4, because right now we're in a transition of power. So we're seeing right now the Lord is slowly putting the curses on the other nation. And we're seeing right now this man right now is getting exposed on all levels. Whatever he tried to come with, everybody pretty much on point, knowing what this man is doing. The Lord is putting him on Front Street right now. Verse 21 says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. So the cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked. So the Lord is getting ready to expose them. And the cup of oppression, the cup of affliction is getting ready to come upon them. What was done to us is getting ready to be done to thee. So the Lord is going to put the curses on these other nations very soon. Verse 22 said, the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. Say, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sin. So right now, you know what I'm saying? So we seeing right now the punishment, you know what I'm saying, of our iniquity is over with. You know what I'm saying? Right now we at the end. So the Lord is getting ready, is making inquisition, you know what I'm saying, an investigation and visiting these heathen nations. Also these 2/3, the Lord's getting ready to punish, you know what I'm saying, Esau, Edom, with that fire of his jealousy, the indignation of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. The Lord's getting ready to destroy him. We cannot wait. Let's go here to our last and final script. Let's go here to 2nd Ezra chapter 6. We'll close out here. Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and around, see what we got here. Okay, I'm gonna go to the comment board too. Let's go to the comment board first before I read that. We're gonna go to the comment board. Let's see what we got on the comment board right quick. We're gonna go to the comment board right quick. And just like I say, a lot of them, like I've been having like a lot of problems. Like with my lessons at night, I noticed that, they be uploading real slow now. So I know we're coming upon that time where they getting ready to start messing with this, with our lesson. They're gonna start taking down these channels. So we got to get it while it's hot, because we getting very close. The famine of the word is fast approaching. So I kind of seeing how they playing with these channels now. A lot of things they are doing. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing it right with our own eye. What they're doing. Let's go here to the comment board. See what we got on the comment board. See what we got here. Let's see here. It's writing kind of low. I got this tablet. Shalom to Chrissy Kyle Free. If I'm hoping I'm saying your name right. Shalom to you. Shalom to Lord Noah's Khan. Okay, shalom to you. Shalom to the chosen one. The Israelites. Shalom to you. Brakatha. See what we got here. Let's see here. How you doing now? You read your Bible? You read? You could be from the northern tribe. What's your you Spanish? What you is? Okay then. Okay, you go ahead on. You go ahead on. She from the northern tribe. yeah. She I don't even know what time she living in, man. We try to talk to our people. Hey, the election has attained, the rest were blind. It says here, chosen one, the Israelites, he got here, Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 19. It says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. Said, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard. And out of the Bible, we already know that he's going to come in like a flood with what? His military, well, with his technology. But when he come in that way, the Lord's going to lift up a standard, a way for us to escape. Supernatural intervention is going to come into play. When you go to Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1, it said the archangel Michael is going to stand up for the children of Israel. So the Lord, you know what I'm saying, he got a major plan. When this man come upon his people, the Lord is gonna strike right back. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the Lord is going to sustain us. The Lord will provide for us, you know. So all sorts of miracles, all sorts of supernatural things that get ready to take place right before our eyes. Man, the Lord's getting ready. He finna show up and show out. Let's see here. And throw water for that brother. You know what I'm saying? So we know that this man is getting ready to come in like a flood, because he already have these, what you call these ice patrol. Already got them in place, going into these other cities. Also, he constantly, little by little, putting the National Guard, these Marines in different cities across America. We're not ignorant of Satan's device. Also, we know that they have these sleeper cells in place. So when the enemy is coming in like a flood, the Lord is going to lift up that standard, and also the Lord is going to strike right back. And certain men around the world is going to get that spiritual power and lay their asses down even with the ground. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said he's going to make you a weapon, you know what I'm saying, a mass destruction. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is going to do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit, he said, you shall be what my weapon and what my battle axe. You know what I'm saying? The Lord, that's what he's getting ready to do, man. He finna do a mighty work. So now, let's go to our last and final script. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our people are very sleep, you know, right now. We seeing that the northern tribe, you know, they constantly are messing with the northern tribe. We know that they're going to be coming to the southern tribe, which in fact are the Negroes very soon. Jacob's trouble. You know, we already know that a tribe, the southern tribe and the northern tribe will oppress together. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, we know that they're coming for the children of Israel, which in fact are the Negroes, the Latinos, the native, like that lady just left and she was just smiling. I don't think she could even speak English that good. But anyway, she probably know that she Israelite. She just is smiling. If you happen to be here, you're happy to die here. You know what I'm saying? If you're an Israelite, you're required to come back to that, come back to your true power, because the Lord has the covenant with us. He have a contract with you, written in blood. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, a lot of our people right now are going to be in for a rude awakening. Think that this a game? It's not a game. A lot of people look at me, you know, oh, this man is crazy. He out here. He just hey, worry about that. I'm working out my salvation. I don't give a damn what they say. They look at me and whatever, like the Lord, you know what I'm saying, make us bold as lions. We don't give a damn about this world. We're not of this world. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said first they hated me, they also shall hate you. So let's get our final and last script when I'm get on out of here. 2 Samuel chapter 6 and verse 18. And it says here, and it is said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth. The Lord is visiting the earth that he created. That's why we come to seeing these things happening left and right. Different events, all sorts of calamity and catastrophe. You know what I'm saying? Also the Lord is bringing forth judgment each and every day. Verse 9, it said, and I will begin to make inquisition of what? An investigation of them that what they be that have hurt unjustly. And it said, with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled. So that's where we at right now. The Lord is making inquisition. The Lord is making an investigation. The Lord is constantly exposing, you know, constantly revealing things right before our eyes. The Lord is removing the covering cast. You know what I'm saying? No one thing about it, hey, we know who causing the problem on this earth right now. Everybody knows. Verse 20, it said, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away, which in fact is now, shall be finished, then will I show these tokens, the signs of the times, these prophecies. Said the books shall be opened, what the Bible, the Holy Bible, said before the format, the internet, the World Wide Web, and they shall see all together. So exactly, we seeing all together through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. The Lord said, this gospel shall be preached, you know what I'm saying, and then shall the end come. So let's get this right quick. Let's drop down to verse 27. It said, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. It said, verse 28 said, as for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome. And the truth which has been so long without fruit shall be declared. So that's exactly what's happening. The truth is being declared left and right. Evil is being put out. You know, it's the lies and deceits is being what? Quenched through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. We're here, man. It is at the door. Let's read that once again. Verse 28 says, as for faith, it shall flourish. Seeing that right now. Corruption shall be overcome. The truth which has been so long without fruit shall be declared. So exactly what's happening right now. So we are very close to the second coming of our Lord and Savior. Also, our salvation is at the door. We know that all hell is getting ready to break loose. We got to stay prayed up. We got to be circumspect. Redeem the time wisely. Because we here. Prophecies are speaking. So I like to pray to the east. I like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashir, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashir, Rekakwadash. And double honors to those great millstones while lunch is true. And also to those elect that scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom, keep pushing, keep believing, and the Lord is going to do the rest. Shalom, Shalom.